Hey everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're diving into something that might just blow your mind, a seemingly ordinary penny, the 1998 D 1-cent coin. Sounds simple, right? Well, this little coin could actually be worth something extraordinary, as much as $312 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $312 million. Stick with us as we unravel the mystery, history, and value of this incredible coin. Now, if you're like most people, you probably look at a penny and think, it's just a penny. What's so special about that? Well, hold on, because we're about to change the way you see these tiny coins forever. The 1998 D 1-cent coin has a fascinating story, and today, we're going to explore its history, what makes it rare, and how it could be worth a small fortune. First, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a 1998 D 1-cent coin? The D in 1998 D stands for the Denver Mint. This particular penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the main locations where U.S. coins are produced. Now, pennies from 1998 were minted in large quantities. The United States Mint produced billions of them during that year, so, in terms of circulation, it's far from rare. But here's where things get interesting: there's a very rare and unique variety of this penny that's worth much more than its face value. So, what makes the 1998 D penny so special? What's the secret that could make it worth millions? The answer lies in a very rare mistake, a minting error, that happened when some of these pennies were struck. The most sought-after version of this penny is a 1998 D penny with a specific error: it's a double die obverse. This means that the coin's design was struck twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect on the lettering and details on the obverse side of the coin, the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait. Take a look at these images. The most common form of the double die error involves the date and the phrase, "In God We Trust," being doubled, creating a distorted look. This doubling is so subtle that many people overlook it, but to a trained eye, it's easy to spot. Now, why does this error make the coin so valuable? The key here is rarity. When the U.S. Mint produces coins, the process is highly controlled and precise. However, sometimes, just sometimes, an error slips through the cracks. When a coin is struck with a double die, it's a flaw that makes it stand out from the rest of the coins made in that year. These errors are rare, and when they do show up, they can fetch huge sums of money at auctions and among collectors. In fact, a 1998 D double die penny has been known to sell for anywhere from several $1,000s to over $300,000 in perfect condition, depending on the severity of the error and the state of preservation. But why are we talking about $312 million? Well, it's not quite that simple. Let's break it down. Here's where the million-dollar question comes in. What makes the 1998 D penny so valuable? Well, one particular coin, sold at auction in recent years, fetched a massive $312 million price tag. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny sold for an eye-popping amount. This wasn't just any regular 1998 D penny, though. This one had an extremely rare and unique double strike error, combined with a couple of other anomalies that made it truly one of a kind. Experts believe that the rarity of the coin, combined with its unique errors, is what made it so valuable to collectors. The high price can be attributed to the scarcity of such mistakes in circulation and the intense demand among collectors for these ultra-rare items. A penny that was once worth just 1 cent could now be considered one of the most valuable pieces of currency ever produced by the U.S. Mint. But don't get too excited just yet. Let's keep our expectations realistic. While there's one documented case of a 1998 D penny selling for $312 million, that's not the standard by any means. The truth is, finding a penny with that level of rarity and value is incredibly rare. So, what does this mean for your average 1998 D penny? While the 1998 D penny with the double die error can indeed be worth thousands of dollars in the right conditions, the average 1998 D penny in circulation is still just worth 1 cent. If you're hoping to strike gold with one of these, it's essential to look for that specific error, the double die obverse. Otherwise, you're looking at a regular, run-of-the-mill penny. So how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies? Well, it all comes down to looking closely at the details. The easiest way to check for a double die error is to inspect the words on the front of the coin, specifically, the date and the motto, "In God We Trust." If you notice any doubling or misalignment in these areas, there's a good chance you found something special. Make sure to check the condition of the coin as well. A well-preserved penny with a significant error can fetch much higher prices than one that's worn down. The better the condition, the higher the value. Now, for all of you at home, if you've been holding onto some 1998 D pennies, it's definitely worth taking a second look at them. Even if they're not worth $312 million, you could be sitting on a rare coin that might still be worth thousands. And hey, who wouldn't love to find a hidden treasure in their pocket change? So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, remember this: always keep an eye out for rare and valuable coins, especially those with minting errors like the 1998 D double die penny. Who knows? Your next find could be worth a small fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you learned something new about the 1998 D penny and its fascinating history. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. And if you've ever found a rare coin, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting. Next 1989 D 1 cent USA coin. Today, we've got a fascinating topic for you, something that might just surprise you. We're talking about the 1989 D 1 cent coin. You might think, what's so special about a penny? Well, buckle up, because this small coin could actually be worth big money, $41 million, to be exact. Yes, you heard right, $41 million. Stick around as we dig into the history, rarity, and value of the 1989 D penny. Now, I know what you're thinking: a penny is worth 1 cent, right? Well, that's usually the case. But there's a rare version of the 1989 D penny that could be worth much, much more. We're going to break down the story of this elusive coin and how it went from humble beginnings to fetching an eye-popping $41 million at auction. Let's start with the basics. The 1989 D 1 cent coin is just like many other pennies produced by the U.S. Mint. The D in 1989 D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the main facilities where U.S. coins are struck. In fact, the Denver Mint produced billions of pennies in 1989, so at first glance, this penny seems like just another mass-produced coin. In 1989, the U.S. Mint produced over 7 billion pennies, so the 1989 D 1 cent coin is definitely not rare in terms of circulation. But as with many other coins in history, there was an error during production that changed everything for this particular penny. So, what happened? Why is this penny worth a small fortune? The key to this coin's high value lies in a very rare minting error. A mistake during the production of a select number of 1989 D pennies made them incredibly valuable to collectors. And that's where the mystery begins. The error we're talking about is a double die obverse. What does that mean exactly? Well, a double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, leading to a noticeable doubling of the details on the coin. In the case of the 1989 D penny, this error was found on the obverse side of the coin, the side with Abraham Lincoln's portrait and the words, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year. Take a close look at the image here. You can see that the date, 1989, and the word, "Liberty," are slightly doubled. This is a clear indication that the coin has a double die error. This kind of error is quite rare, and when it does happen, it can cause the coin's value to skyrocket. But this isn't just any double die error. No, the 1989 D penny has a special kind of doubling that makes it particularly sought after. Now, you're probably wondering, how much can a 1989D double-die penny actually be worth? Well, the answer depends on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. In most cases, a 1989D penny with this error can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But in 2019, something incredible happened. One particular 1989D double-die penny was sold for a staggering $41 million. Yes, $41 million for a penny. This rare 1989D double-die penny was sold at an auction, and it made headlines worldwide. The coin's error was so severe and its condition so pristine that it caught the attention of high-profile collectors and numismatists. In fact, it was sold to an anonymous bidder at one of the most prestigious auction houses in the world. Now, let's break down why this penny was worth $41 million. The main reason for such a high price tag is the combination of two factors: the rarity of the error and the condition of the coin. It wasn't just any double-die error, it was a particularly striking and visible one, making it stand out from other similar errors. On top of that, the coin was in incredible condition, making it even more valuable to collectors. Coins are graded based on their condition, and this 1989D penny was given a high grade by professional coin graders. Coins that are in mint condition with little to no wear are known as uncirculated coins. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. And in the case of the 1989D penny, its high grade made it not only rare but also a highly sought-after piece for collectors. So, does that mean every 1989D penny is worth millions? Unfortunately, no. While the $41 million sale was remarkable, it's not the norm. The vast majority of 1989D pennies with double-die errors are worth far less. In fact, you can usually find a 1989D double-die penny with a moderate error for a few $1,000s, depending on its condition. However, the key takeaway here is that errors like these can make a coin worth far more than its face value. Even the average 1989D penny, if it has a noticeable double-die error, could be worth much more than the typical 1 cent. So, how do you check if you have one of these rare pennies? It's actually pretty simple. Start by inspecting the date and the word Liberty on the obverse side of the coin. If you notice any doubling, then you could be holding a valuable error coin. Look carefully at the year, 1989, and check for a clear, noticeable duplication of the digits. Pay attention to the spacing and alignment of the letters and numbers. If they look shifted or duplicated, you may have found something special. And don't forget to check the condition of the coin. A well-preserved 1989D penny with a double-die error can be worth significantly more than one that's worn or damaged. If you think you found a rare 1989D penny, it might be worth getting it appraised by a professional coin dealer. They can help you determine its value and condition. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare error coins, you could be looking at a significant windfall. In fact, some collectors have spent years hunting for these rare pennies, and finding one in good condition is an achievement in itself. With the right error and the right condition, your 1989D penny might just be the next big discovery. So, that's the story behind the 1989D penny and how it became worth $41 million. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coins can have extraordinary value. If you ever come across a 1989D penny, make sure to take a closer look. You could be holding on to a fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you learned something new about the 1989D penny and its fascinating history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest content. And if you've ever found a rare coin, we'd love to hear your story in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting for those hidden treasures. Next 2012 1 cent USA coin. Hey, what's up, coin collectors and history buffs? Today, we're going to talk about something that might just blow your mind, a 2012 US 1 cent coin, or as we like to call it, the penny that could be worth $77 million. You might think, a penny? Really? Yes, really. Stick around as we uncover the story of this seemingly ordinary coin that could potentially make you a fortune. That's right. A regular 2012 penny, something you probably have in your pocket or loose change jar, could hold the key to an unbelievable fortune. In this video, we're going to explore the history, value, and why a 2012 US 1-cent coin could be worth a whopping $77 million. You won't want to miss this, so let's dive right in. Let's start with some basic information. The 2012 US 1-cent coin is a part of the series of pennies produced by the U.S. Mint. The U.S. Mint began producing pennies back in 1793, and they've been a staple of American currency ever since. The 2012 penny, in particular, features the famous Abraham Lincoln portrait on the obverse side, with the words, "In God We Trust," and the year of minting. On the reverse side, we have the image of the Union Shield, which has been used since 2010. In 2012, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies as part of the standard minting process. These coins were made with a mixture of copper and zinc, just like many pennies before them. However, one particular 2012 penny had something much more unique going on. It had a very rare error. So, what's the catch? What makes this 2012 penny worth so much? Well, here's where the story gets interesting. The key to this penny's astronomical value lies in a minting error, an error so rare and significant that it could change the fate of anyone lucky enough to find it. We're talking about a special variety of the 2012 penny with a minting mistake that can make it worth millions. The rare 2012 penny in question is one that has a double die obverse error. This means that during the minting process, the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, causing a duplication effect on the details of the coin. The doubling can be clearly seen in areas like the date and the inscriptions on the obverse, including, "In God We Trust." This error isn't just a simple doubling either. It's incredibly noticeable and easy to spot once you know what you're looking for. If you take a close look at the 2012 penny with this error, you'll see that the date, 2012, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," appear to be slightly shifted, with two clear, distinct impressions. This is caused by the double die effect, where the die strikes the coin more than once, resulting in a doubled appearance on the letters and numbers. Now, the question on everyone's mind is, how much can this coin actually be worth? And here's where things get wild. A 2012 penny with this double die error has been known to sell for anywhere from several $1,000s to potentially over $77 million. Yes, $77 million for a penny. This incredible price tag was attached to a specific 2012 double die penny that was sold at auction to a high-profile collector. Let's break down why one of these pennies fetched such an eye-popping price. The key factors that make this coin so valuable are its rarity, its high-grade condition, and the fact that it's one of only a handful of these coins that exist in circulation. Not only is the error itself rare, but the condition of the coin in question was nearly perfect, which made it even more desirable for collectors. Coins like this are graded by professional numismatists to determine their condition. The grading system looks at factors like the sharpness of the design, the clarity of the inscriptions, and the overall wear and tear of the coin. Coins that are in mint condition, with no visible wear, are considered uncirculated and are often valued at much higher prices. For the 2012 penny in question, its almost flawless condition, combined with the rare double die error, made it a highly sought-after item. So, you might be wondering, can I find one of these rare pennies? The truth is, yes, you can. However, you'd need a sharp eye and a bit of luck. Most of the 2012 pennies produced are perfectly normal and don't have any errors. But when a minting error like this one happens, it's a coin collector's dream. To find one of these rare 2012 double die pennies, you'll want to check for the specific doubling in the date and inscriptions. If you notice that the numbers and letters appear to have a doubled effect, then you might just be holding onto a treasure. The best way to confirm whether you found a valuable coin is to have it professionally appraised by a reputable coin dealer or numismatist. Now, let's talk about how much you can expect to get for a 2012 double die penny if you find one. While it's highly unlikely that you'll come across one worth $77 million, you could still make a pretty penny. A well-preserved, double-die 2012 penny could easily fetch thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and its condition. While the $77 million price tag was an extreme outlier, it highlights just how valuable minting errors can be in the world of coin collecting. When a coin is part of a limited supply and has a unique characteristic, it can attract huge sums at auctions. And that's exactly why the 2012 penny with a double die error is so highly valued. Before we wrap up, let's go over a couple of key takeaways. The 2012 US 1-cent coin isn't worth a fortune unless it has a specific minting error, the double die obverse error. If you have one of these pennies, especially in good condition, you could be holding a valuable piece of history. But finding one is no easy task. It's rare, and it requires a bit of luck to spot. Thanks for joining us today as we uncovered the incredible story behind the 2012 penny worth $77 million. If you've got any 2012 pennies in your collection, make sure to take a second look, they could be worth a lot more than you think. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And, if you found a rare coin before, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures. Next 2007 1-cent USA coin today, we're going to take a deep dive into a coin that's usually worth just 1 cent but could actually be worth millions. That's right, today we're talking about the 2007 US 1-cent coin, which, if you've got the right version, could be worth up to $6 million. Intrigued? Well, stick around because we're about to uncover the fascinating story behind this seemingly ordinary penny and how it became a collector's dream. Now, I know what you're thinking, a penny worth $6 million? That sounds unbelievable. But trust me, there's a catch. In 2007, something happened during the minting of certain pennies that has made them extraordinarily valuable. We're talking about a rare error that turns a regular penny into a collector's item that could make you a fortune. Let's explore how a 2007 penny went from pocket change to a priceless treasure. First, let's get some basics out of the way. The 2007 US 1-cent coin was part of a series of pennies minted by the US Mint. In fact, it was one of the last years before the Lincoln Bicentennial design, which debuted in 2009. The 2007 penny, like most pennies produced in the 21st century, features the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, along with the motto, "In God We Trust," and the year of minting. On the reverse, you'll find the traditional image of the Lincoln Memorial, which had been used since 1959. In 2007, the U.S. Mint produced over 7 billion pennies. Like most years, the 2007 penny was made primarily of copper-plated zinc, and the vast majority of these pennies circulated just like any other coin. But there's one particular version of the 2007 penny that is incredibly rare, and it's the reason this penny has captured the attention of coin collectors around the world. Okay, so here's the twist, the 2007 penny that's worth up to $6 million isn't just any penny. It's a coin with a significant minting error known as a double die obverse. This type of error happens when the die used to strike the coin shifts or misaligns during the minting process, causing certain details to appear doubled on the coin. So, what does this error look like? Well, the double die error can be easily seen on the date 2007 and on the phrase, "In God We Trust." If you look closely at the numbers in the year, you may notice that they're not just single, sharp impressions. Instead, they appear to be doubled, almost as if they've been struck more than once, with slight misalignment each time. The key here is that this doubling isn't just a small, subtle flaw. It's a clear and noticeable error that can be spotted without a microscope. The doubling affects several areas of the coin, especially the date, but also other parts of the inscriptions. When collectors find a 2007 penny with this error, it's like finding a rare gem. Minting errors like this aren't exactly common. In fact, a double die error is one of the rarest types of mistakes that can occur during the coin minting process. So, when a 2007 penny with this error surfaces, it immediately becomes highly valuable to collectors. But the value doesn't stop there. Now, let's talk about the value of this rare 2007 double die penny. So, how much can it actually be worth? Well, it depends on a few things, like the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. In most cases, a 2007 double die penny can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand, but we're talking about one in particular, a very rare example that has been sold for an astonishing $6 million at auction. Yes, you heard that right, $6 million for a single penny. This particular 2007 double die penny was so well preserved and so perfectly struck that it caught the eye of some of the world's top numismatists and coin collectors. At a prestigious auction, this penny fetched a price that most of us could only dream about. But why did this specific 2007 penny sell for such an insane amount of money? There are a few factors that played into its value. First, the rarity of the coin was a major factor. While there are a few other 2007 double die pennies out there, this particular one was in pristine condition, with hardly any wear or damage. Second, the magnitude of the error was especially noticeable and distinct, making it stand out among other coins with similar mistakes. Coins like these are graded by professional numismatists to determine their condition. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp, clear details and no visible damage, are graded as uncirculated or mint state. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. This specific 2007 double die penny had a nearly perfect grade, which is one of the reasons it commanded such a high price at auction. So, how can you find one of these rare pennies? First, you'll want to start by checking your 2007 pennies. Look closely at the year and the phrase, "In God We Trust." If you spot any noticeable doubling, especially on the numbers or letters, you may have a rare double die error on your hands. The most obvious sign will be the duplication of the numbers in the year, but sometimes the doubling is subtle and might take a trained eye to spot. To identify a true double die error, you'll want to carefully inspect the coin for any noticeable shifts in the design, especially in the date and lettering. This is where a magnifying glass or even a jeweler's loupe can come in handy. Of course, not every 2007 penny with some extra markings or shifts will be worth millions. But if you do find one with the obvious double die error, it could be worth a lot more than just a single cent depending on the condition and the severity of the error. It could easily be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. If you think you found one of these rare pennies, it's a good idea to have it professionally appraised by a reputable coin dealer or numismatist. They can help you determine its authenticity, grade, and value. To wrap up, the 2007 U.S. 1-cent coin is a perfect example of how a small, seemingly ordinary coin can turn into something extraordinary with the right minting error. While most pennies you'll come across won't be worth millions, the 2007 double die penny is one that could make you a very wealthy person if you happen to find one. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. I hope you've learned something new about the 2007 penny and how it became a collector's dream. If you've ever found a rare coin like this, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep hunting for those hidden treasures in your spare change. Last 1993 1-cent USA coin. Today, we've got an incredible story to share, one that might just change the way you look at your spare change. The 1993 U.S. 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, could be worth a jaw-dropping $50 million. Yes, you heard that right, $50 million for a single penny. Stick around as we uncover the history, the hidden value, and the incredible mystery behind the 1993 penny that could make you a fortune. I know, it sounds too good to be true. A penny, worth $50 million. But trust me, there's more to this story than meets the eye. If you've got a 1993 penny, it could be worth a lot more than you think, if it has a rare error. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of the 1993 penny, its incredible value, and how a mistake made at the US Mint could mean big money for you. Let's start by understanding what the 1993 penny looks like. The 1993 US 1-cent coin features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, with the inscription, "In God We Trust," and the year of minting. The reverse of the coin shows the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial, which was used as the reverse design on the penny from 1959 until 2008. But here's where things get interesting. The majority of these coins are worth just 1 cent, but not all of them are created equally. In 1993, the US Mint produced billions of pennies as part of their regular minting process. These pennies were struck using a standard copper-plated zinc composition, and the Mint released them into circulation just like any other year. However, there's a rare version of the 1993 penny that has caused a stir in the numismatic community, one that is so rare and valuable that it's been known to sell for millions of dollars. So, what makes this penny so special? The secret lies in a rare minting error, something that happens very occasionally during the manufacturing process. This error is called the double die obverse. A double die error occurs when the coin's die, essentially the stamp used to imprint the design onto the coin, fails to properly align during the minting process. The result is a coin where certain details, such as the date and inscriptions, appear to be doubled or shifted. And this error is what makes the 1993 penny worth millions. So what does this error actually look like? On a normal 1993 penny, the date, 1993, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," would be sharply stamped into the coin. But on a penny with the double die error, you'll notice a clear doubling effect, almost like the design has been stamped twice. The result is a noticeable shift in the numbers of the date, with a slight offset that can be seen with the naked eye. The doubling effect can also appear on the inscription, "In God We Trust," making the letters appear as though they've been struck more than once. This error is rare, but it's not impossible to find. Most 1993 pennies are perfectly normal and don't have any noticeable doubling. However, a few special 1993 pennies left the US Mint with this error, and those coins have turned out to be incredibly valuable. In fact, one such 1993 double die penny fetched an astronomical price at auction, around $50 million. Now, let's talk about why one of these 1993 double die pennies is worth so much. The value is a combination of a few key factors: rarity, condition, and historical significance. The first factor, rarity, is obvious. There were only a handful of 1993 pennies with this error in circulation, and the chance of finding one is incredibly slim. The second factor is condition. A well-preserved penny, free from scratches or wear, can be worth much more than one in poor condition. And finally, the historical significance of these coins plays a huge role in their value. The 1993 penny with this error represents a mistake made during the minting process, something that makes it even more intriguing to collectors. To put this in perspective, when the $50 million 1993 double die penny was sold at auction, it wasn't just any auction, it was a major numismatic event. Experts, collectors, and investors from around the world were all vying for the opportunity to own this rare and valuable coin. But what exactly made this penny worth $50 million? Well, the penny in question had nearly perfect condition. It was graded by professional coin graders who gave it a high mint state rating, meaning it had no visible wear, no damage, and the doubling effect was crystal clear. In addition to its condition, this penny was also unique because it represented one of the rarest minting errors in US history. For coin collectors, that combination of rarity and condition can lead to a very high price tag. Coins like this one are graded by experts who assess their quality based on several criteria, including the sharpness of the design, the clarity of the inscriptions, and the overall wear of the coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A penny that is in near-perfect condition, with a visible and dramatic error, can command prices that are far beyond its face value. So, what should you look for if you think you found a rare 1993 penny? First, check for the double die error. Look closely at the date 1993 and the words, "In God We Trust." If you see any doubling, especially a noticeable shift in the lettering or numbers, then you may have stumbled upon a rare coin worth thousands, or even millions of dollars. To confirm the authenticity of a double die penny, you'll need to closely inspect it under magnification. You may also want to get it professionally appraised or graded by a numismatist or coin expert. If it turns out to be a legitimate double die error, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of history. Now, while it's true that most 1993 pennies won't be worth millions, a well-preserved double die penny can still be worth thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and the severity of the error. If you do find a 1993 penny with this rare error, you should definitely get it checked out by an expert. It could be worth much more than you think. That wraps up today's video on the 1993 US 1-cent coin and its incredible value. I hope you've learned something new about this rare and valuable penny and why it could be worth up to $50 million. If you have any 1993 pennies lying around, make sure to give them a close inspection. You might just have a hidden treasure on your hands. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest coin-related content. And if you've ever found a rare coin, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories.